Hello, Scorpio. Welcome back to Theresthattarot. Scorpio, we're going to see what's going on. Many of you may be writing things down lately, or maybe you need to start writing down your thoughts. Could be first thing in the morning. Some of you may be having a lot of dreams. But sometimes, it's best not to talk to people about it. Sometimes you just got to write it down. I don't know what's going on, but we got to see. What's the situation of the person that is on Scorpio's mind? Could be an Aries. Could just be being free from something. Okay. Some of you are ready to take a chance on something. I think, like I said, there could very well be an Aries on your mind. Could be another Scorpio. Let's give an Aries. Or there's a chance that you're wanting to take, but what's stopping you? Something about walking papers. Somebody might be being released from prison as well. It could be family that's stopping you from walking away from something. It could be a Cancer that you're dealing with as well. I heard it's for the kids. Ace of Cups. Ten of Cups. So for some of you, you want the family, but you don't want the spouse. Them you're ready to walk away from. Could be a feminine energy. I could be talking to a masculine, or it could be a same-sex relationship. Take it however it resonates. But I think you're about ready to put an end to something and get yourself back on the right track. For some of you, you may have made a mistake in this relationship. Maybe you took a wrong turn at some point in this relationship. A lot of good memories between the two of you, though. But it's like you're trying not to look back at something, because I feel like it makes you feel insecure and it keeps you from moving on. Justice in the reverse. Somebody's heart was broken too bad in this relationship, and I feel like I feel like, you know how it's like, it was just too bad. You know what I mean? So maybe the feminine energy is just more on this, leaning on the side of, I need to heal from this. You know, something was too much to come back from. So I'm seeing a masculine energy who may need to take some time and think about how everything played out here, or why everything played out the way that it did. There's some things that needs to be addressed when it comes to this, because I feel like, you know, a lot we love to blame the other person. You know what I mean? I don't know if it necessarily makes you feel better. It's more like just sweeping shit under the rug. But it's like, if I hurt you and then you act a certain way with me, I can't be mad at that. So it's kind of something like that going on here too. Well, the energy between the two of you is you're not talking to each other, or you're not communicating effectively with each other. They love you. This person loves you. A lot of good memories. But they just feel like I can't worry about this anymore. It's something about, it's like my emotions are one thing, but in real life, I don't feel like this is working for me. Maybe they feel like you just weren't ready for commitment, Scorpio. It could be the other way around, okay? So they're looking to just kind of bygones be bygones, you know? I'm seeing somebody who's doing their best to detach. How you feel about them? They've kind of gone cold on you. You may feel like they're working on something. They're working on feeling better. They're probably working on their insecurities. Some of you may have been dealing with a fire sign. If you cheated on this person, they're trying to rebuild their confidence. That's what I'm saying here. And they're very not nice to you now at this point, you know. Your intentions is not to commit. Your intentions are to accept the defeat and possibly like move on with your life, your love life. You just don't want the conflict anymore. So I see you walking away from a strong connection. The mutual energy between you two is a missed opportunity, but I do see the masculine energy letting go. Maybe wondering, oh, no, exploring other options. And it could be as a way to repress those emotions, so be careful of that rebound energy, because, you know, you just don't want to add on to the negative karma of the situation. Allow yourself to process through this, Scorpio. I feel like you were just wondering, you know, how many times am I going to be able to... It could have been, how many times are you going to keep throwing this in my face? How many times are we going to argue? How many times are we going to break up the makeup? How many times? You know what I mean? It could have been something like that here, too. What else can you tell me about Scorpio? Some of you may have been dealing with a Pisces, but it's like you knew. A part of you knew it was time. It's like it's no more confusion. It may be time for me to get out of Dodge here. Some of you are preparing for a divorce. You've been saving your money or just holding back from this connection because you don't have no peace of mind about it no more. And this person's checked out. Whoever this person is, they're pretty checked out. They're not really focused on the relationship. They may be focused more so on the resentment that's happening between the two of you right now. They could be obsessing about something, or perhaps even viewing this relationship as unhealthy and something that they need to move on from. These messages are not easy today. Libra's reading wasn't fantastic either. But I feel like you're the one who was in denial that I'm holding on to this person emotionally. There's an emotional attachment here. There's, you know, it's more of attachment than love. But this feels like a loss. You know, maybe you were in denial about the fact that you weren't getting what you needed there. A lot of times people step out because of that. This feminine energy became very defensive, started focusing on themselves. It's almost like you may have, you remember the time when they were so confident, so full of life, where you desired them and only them, like so much. Maybe you desire the time, you know, desire that feeling back that you used to have with this person. But things just became too difficult between the two of you. Almost like an in and out. There's an in and out. Or there were things that were left unaddressed for far too long. To the point where it was almost like you've left me no choice. Somebody's name could be Jossie. I feel like you just, you know, the peace was gone. And after they got their heart broken, they stopped investing in this. But you could have children with this person. Or some of you are just looking to... Somebody's excitement was killed here. You know what I mean? It may have felt like I ended up wasting a lot of time here. Something like that. You know how you keep trying to go back to something, and the more and more you try to go back and fix it, the more and more, the less you feel for it, or the more you realize, I don't feel the same about this situation anymore. Let me see something, Scorpio. Some of you could be life path number 7. I'm actually a number 7, and our main objective is, and we can be very introspective people. A lot of us are spiritual leaders. Okay, makes sense. So a lot of times we like to be in that hermit mode, you know, we don't really like deal with people like that. But the point of being a life path number 7 is to experience as much as you can so that you can tell the story to other people, right? So according to the numerology value 7, I wanted to look up what the name Jossie meant. Jossie is analytical, understanding, knowledgeable, studious, independent, fearless, investigative, and proof-oriented. An amazing person who is cute, funny, smart, and great in general. Someone who is loved by a lot of people, and just a great person in general. This could be you, Scorpio. What's that about? I guess this is to let you know that even, you know, we don't make mistakes. We make decisions, and decisions lead to certain outcomes. So don't beat yourself up because maybe you're a Jossie. You know what I mean? There was a relationship here that couldn't move forward. There's still a lot to learn here. But your advice is to let it be. It's a lot of energy of let go. Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right. Maybe this is just something that needed to end. I hate giving these readings. What's the best course of action for Scorpio? I think we let it pile up too much in this connection. There could have been a lot of lack of communication. Like once, there was someone who made a mistake in this relationship and somebody never came back from it. And we kept trying to make it work. And it wasn't working. Somebody's ego got hit big time in this connection, and they could have already been dealing with other insecurities, and this just like put the nail in the coffin, you know. And sometimes you got to get away from it when it gets too bad like that. You know, we keep trying to fix a thing and fix a thing and fix a thing, and we're going against the grain. So something encouraging for Scorpio, since this reading wasn't fantastic. Hopefully it was the confirmation that you needed, though. I don't see a reconciliation between the two of you. Somebody didn't want to be there. And I feel like it may have been the masculine energy. And anytime you feel like you don't want to give your all to something, you don't really want to be there, baby. So it's time to come back home to yourself. It's almost like a homecoming, getting back to who you are. You know, getting out of this never-ending cycle and getting back in control of your life. You're going to feel better on the other side. You know what I mean? You just have to make a decision. How many more summers would you like to enjoy? How many more summers would you like to not enjoy? You know what I'm saying? We all love summer. So I always use that example. Queen of Wands is in the reverse. There's not a strong enough foundation. Somebody's dealing with a lot of insecurities. And I'm not saying that they put this on themselves. It could be your... No, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say that. We're not placing blame here. You know what I mean? Because if I'm insecure about a situation, I'm insecure about that situation. And whatever decision that I make, so say you cheated on me, right? And I decided to stay when I should have walked away and gave some distance to the situation to place some boundaries in place. And that's a lot of times we don't do that. A lot of times we stay. And I get it. Finances, all that kind of stuff. Children, all that kind of shit. But anytime somebody crosses your boundary, you need to walk away from that person. Even if it's just for a week. Get the fuck away from them for a minute. Because I need you to know that what you did wasn't okay. It's not going to fly with me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we don't do that because we fear, oh, I might lose this person. Well, they might do that shit again if they don't suffer any consequences for it. You know what I mean? People stop doing shit because of consequences. But when there are no consequences, there are no boundaries, there's no respect. Then anger and resentment grows. And what's the best thing that kills passion in a relationship? Anger and resentment. So this may be a karmic situation that, you know, is here to teach you both a lesson and how to work with another person. You know what I mean? How things truly work. You know, a lot of us didn't have good examples. You know, even if you grew up in a house with your mom and dad, you know, they may have not had the most harmonious relationship. They may have. You know, who knows why we have to learn the lessons that we learn. I know for me, I grew up single parented, so I didn't really see how it was supposed to look necessarily. You know what I mean? So I hit a lot of bumps in the road. You know what I mean? And even if you do come from a very wholesome background, don't mean you're not going to make certain decisions that might mess shit up for you. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Be easy on yourself, though. Don't be hard on yourself. No matter what. No matter if it was your fault, they fault, y'all fault, who cares? Be easy on yourself, Scorpio. Many of you need to get back out in nature. If you have a green thumb, you know, put your focus on things that grow. Some of you need to work on your belief system. I see a lot of you putting in a lot of effort, though. It's like you're trying to keep up with something. Find the lesson in this situation. Discover the purpose of the situation and trust that you are learning. And I feel like that is where you're putting your effort right now, or it is where you need to be. Follow your intuition. But you need to work on your belief. Ask more questions. I feel like somebody wasn't inquisitive enough about this situation. And I feel like the lesson here is, you know, setting, you know, sometimes when we don't listen to ourselves, when we lack that self-belief, sometimes it's hard for us to set the course of our own life and know where it is that we actually want to go because we're putting up with bullshit we shouldn't be doing. Or perhaps we're just ignoring the signs, right? Use your time well. Make every moment count. So instead of wallowing in what could have been, what should have been, what, that's a waste of time. Let's see. Ooh, new love. Okay. There is something new that's coming in for you, Scorpio, but that whole belief thing, you know, whether you were the one in the wrong or they were the one in the wrong, I feel like both people were wrong at some point. You know what I mean? But you got to love yourself. Whatever this new thing that's coming into your life is, there's divine timing at work when it comes to that. But until you put that love back into yourself, take that time. Like I said, I wouldn't rebound right now if you can help it. Okay. Like I was telling Libra, you know, I'm going through a separation right now. One that was out of both of our control. It's about work. You know what I mean? And there's no point in me investing my heart or my feelings or allowing someone else to invest their heart and their feelings into me right now, because I am not over this person. You know what I mean? And I'm not here to waste anybody's time. A few years ago, that wasn't the story. Okay? So I ain't trying to point the finger or be judgy or nothing like that, honey, because I was good for a good rebound, honey. But, you know, karma and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this shit right. You know? And I can't get on here telling y'all, you know, one thing, and I'm sitting here doing something else. It ain't gonna feel right until you process this. Okay? So give yourself time to do that, because I do feel that you're calling in something new. Like your soul is craving something new, but you want to be sure of what you're calling in, because you're going to call in the vibration that you're in, that you're sitting on. You know what I'm saying? So if you're sitting on a vibration of, I don't really believe in myself, I don't really love myself, or I still feel guilty, or I still love this person, pop, 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 that's what you're going to bring in. That's them. But if you are in the energy, now I'm not saying you got to be completely healed before you go into the next thing. At least know what you're doing, though. That's pretty much the point. But there is something new. I feel like somebody's already kind of stirred up your feelings. There may be a difference of background between the two of you. It may not be your end-all, be-all, but that could be because of the vibration that you come in on. Just be careful when you're getting to know this person. You got to make sure that your energy is separated from the last thing, or this is going to get messed up too. I think that's the gist. That's where we're at. Separation is in the reverse. Healing family issues. There's no shortcut. Unfortunately, there's no shortcut. Like I said, you don't have to be perfect when you go into the next thing, but you need to at least be, you know where you're going. Know what it is, the feeling that you're looking for. You know what I mean? And if you feel like you're in that self-doubt, that pity, that whatever, that negativity mode, try not to accept any offers while you're in that energy. You know, and you can be in that energy at 11 o'clock, and by 2 o'clock, you can be in a totally different energy. But if you're in that energy at 11 o'clock, you know what I'm saying, Scorpio? So don't be afraid to sing is the card that I pulled for you. Some of you could be 43 years old, or 43 could be significant to you. You've been made to believe that your voice, that unique point of view, that your unique point of view isn't worth very much. For some of you, I felt if you were the one who did wrong in this relationship, or who slighted the other person, whatever, you know, it's just as hard on the cheater as it is on the cheated. Especially if you really did care about that person. We feel a lot more. We carry that guilt. Okay? And sometimes after you have been knocked off of that pedestal, if you've disappointed someone, first of all, we shouldn't be putting people on pedestals anyway. Because people are very disappointing at the end of the day. And once you know the nature of a thing, you're not really surprised by the things that it does. You know what I mean? But you can start catering. You know, I feel like if this was a situation where I didn't even try to bring out the best in you. You know what I mean? I changed the way that I looked at you changed, and that's the energy that I kept bringing to the situation, and that's why we're not where. You know what I'm saying? But we can evoke the emotions that I don't know. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Somebody stop believing. Let me tell you, that couldn't be further from the truth. Your words are worth all the stars in the sky, so don't forget to sing whenever you get the chance. I feel like, it's kind of like if I did you wrong, now nothing I say is, there's nothing I can say. You know what I'm saying? That would satisfy you at this point. And after a while, that's going to beat down on my confidence the same way I beat down on yours by doing you wrong. And where's that going to get us? A breakup. Your voice is powerful enough to sink a dozen spaceships no matter what happened. Okay, so I think that's the message. Somebody's trying to get you to remember the time that you fell in love with each other. Or maybe you spend a lot of time trying to, you know, recreate that magic. It's time to address things, Scorpio. It's time to address things. I think we've been mulling over it long enough. Give yourself room to maneuver. Give yourself room to move on. At least give yourself room to feel better. I'm going to leave it there. Like, share, and subscribe if this resonated with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.